The story begins with a young woman named Robin, who works as a senior assistant at a fashion magazine in New York. Robin has a boyfriend named Frank. She had a boyfriend whom she was soon to marry. One night, Robin went to dinner with Frank at a restaurant. Frank told her that it'll be 3 years since we've been together in 2 days. So, I want us to go on a vacation to Fiji. Robin is very happy to hear this, and she says, yes, I'd definitely like to go. The next day, Robin and Frank hire a private plane to fly to the Fiji Islands. The pilot is a middle-aged man. The man was named Quinn. Before leaving, Quinn took his girlfriend, Angelica, who also worked part-time on the Fiji Islands. The Queen and Angelica were also going to spend a few days there on vacation. After that, they all set out for the Fiji Islands, and after a short journey, they landed on the island. We arrive. The island was beautiful and peaceful. Greenery was all around. The sea offered a break from the hustle and bustle of city life. There were already many people on vacation on the island. Now Robin and Frank take a room at a seaside resort, and after keeping their luggage there, they roam around the island and have a good time together. They spend the night together. Frank seizes the opportunity and hands Robin a ring and proposes. She says, we were going to get married anyway, so why was this formality necessary? But Frank still makes her wear the ring, and they kiss. Later, while Robin is standing alone at a bar, Quinn approaches her and gets drunk. He starts flirting with her. He says, I've never seen a girl as beautiful as you. Would you like to go to my room with me for a drink? But then Frank arrives and takes Robin with him. The next morning, Robin receives a call from her boss, who tells her they have an urgent fashion show. I've got a shooting project that requires you to leave here for Makanaka Island right now. Robin says, but I'm on vacation. The boss says, don't worry. The island is only a few hours away. You'll be back soon after the shoot is over. Robin says, sorry boss, but I can't go. My boyfriend, Frank, will be upset. The boss says this job is very important to us. If you do it, I'll promote you from assistant to manager. I will. Now Robin agrees with her boss. She tells Frank, I got a call from my boss, and I need you to go to an important shoot. I have to go. Frank becomes angry upon hearing this. But Robin convinces him, saying, I'll finish work and come back soon. I'll come back to you. After that, we'll be intimate together, which Frank agrees to. Robin then goes to Queenie and tells her, I have an important trip to Makanaka Island. Can you drop me off on your plane? Queen says no. I want to have fun with my girlfriend. I have to do it. If I go with you, she'll be set up with someone else. Robin says, I'm willing to pay you double the fare. Hearing this, Queen immediately starts to leave. He gets ready for the trip and tells his girlfriend, Angelica, I'll be back soon, darling. Then, as evening approaches, Queen and Robin board a plane and head to Makanaka. They set off for the island. But on the way, their plane is caught in a severe storm. Queen tries to radio for help. But then a powerful lightning strikes one of the plane's wings, damaging the plane's transmitter and radio. This frightens Queenie. Robin, meanwhile, is also terrified. She starts taking medication for her anxiety. Queenie didn't know what to do because the weather was so bad that they couldn't go back or forward. They could take off. Just then, Quinn spots an island and decides to land the plane there. He tells Robin to fasten her seatbelt. Tie it securely. He then begins to land the plane on the seashore. But during landing, the plane collides with a large rock, causing the landing to be impossible. The gear breaks and the plane crashes. By the next morning, the storm has subsided. Robin asks Queen if the plane is okay. He says no. The landing gear is damaged. So now we have to find some help. Saying this, he leaves to look for help on the island. But after wandering around for a long time, he realizes that they're stranded on a deserted island, and there is no one else there. Both radios were out of order, and they had no food or shelter. Furthermore, their phones were also out of signal. So now there was only one option left. Wait for help to arrive. Then Queenie tells Robin that there's no one else on this island except us. On top of that, the landing gear broke. Because we can't even fly the plane back. We have to stay here until help arrives. He tells me he has a flare gun, but only has one flare left. Yes, there's a lifeboat on the plane, by the way, but I have no idea which direction is best. Hearing this, Robin becomes very angry with Queenie. She says, we're stuck here because of you. How will we survive without food and water? And if no one comes looking for us, then why did I give you money? So you could take me to Makanaka Island. But you dumped me on this deserted island. I don't know, I just want my money back. Hearing this, Queen gets angry. He says, did I tell you to come here? You brought me here. I was just having fun with my girlfriend. You were the one who was itching to go to that island. And that's when a fight breaks out between them. Meanwhile, Frank receives a call from Robin's boss, who tells him that Robin hasn't arrived at the island yet. Frank is surprised to hear this, and says she left for the island yesterday on a private plane. Frank meets Queenie's girlfriend, Angelica, who tells him that Queenie hasn't returned yet. Frank adds that Robin is still on the island. The two become very worried and begin to wonder if something has happened to them. So they call a rescue team. They decide to call him. Meanwhile, Robin and Queen go into the forest in search of water. They spot a waterfall. They run to it. Robin goes into the waterfall to fetch water. But then a snake crawls into her clothes, and she screams in fear. Queen runs to her, removes the snake from under her clothes, and throws it away. Robin is impressed by this. Queen then arrives. But he hunts a bird, which they both cook and eat that night. The next morning, Robin sees a plane in the sky. She runs to Queenie, who, time was asleep. Robin tried to wake him, but he wouldn't wake. Then Robin quickly grabbed a flare gun and fired it into the sky. She throws the flare so that people on the plane can see it and come to her rescue. But she misses her target and the flare hits a nearby coconut tree, causing her to collapse. The tree catches fire. Just then, hearing the flare gun, Queen flies off, saying that the last flare they have left is gone. It was useless. He angrily yells at Robin, leading to another fight between them. But later, Queenie goes to Robin and apologizes. He begs for help because he knows they must work together if they are to survive. So, they both now live together on this island. They try to spend time together, and Robin and Queen grow closer. Meanwhile, Frank and Angelica book a private helicopter and Robin and Queenie begin a search to find them. They climb a high mountain to find phone network, and they find, but they can summon help. After much difficulty, they both climb the mountain, but there is no network there. Then Queen looks around through binoculars, and he spots a boat in the distance, and Robin and Queenie are overjoyed to see it, and they think that perhaps he will finally be able to escape. They will survive. But the boat is far away from them, so they quickly start descending the mountain. But by the time they reach the bottom, it was night, so they both took a small lifeboat and left, and by the time they reached the boat, it was already night and morning. The next morning, when they were a little further from the boat, as they approach, Queen looks through binoculars at the boat, where she sees some men killing a man and throwing him overboard. Queen understands. He tells Robin that these men are pirates who rob people. He tells Robin that if they see us, they will kill us. So he turns the boat around and leaves quickly. They try to escape, but the bandit leader spots them and sends his men to kill them. Just then, some bandits armed with guns and in a motorboat begin pursuing them. Meanwhile, Robin and Queen quickly try to take their lifeboat to shore. But then the pirates begin firing at them. A bullet hits their boat, causing it to deflate. Robin and Queen manage to swim to shore. They arrive on the island and flee into the jungle. But the bandits also follow them to the island and they soon catch up. Now they both know that these bandits won't let them go alive. So Robin lies to them, saying that there are plenty of people on board the plane. It's gold. Leave us and take the gold. The bandits are convinced, and Robin and Queen pretend to escort them to the plane. But they manage to outsmart the bandits and escape with great skill. They then reach a high mountain beneath which lay the ocean. If they had jumped down, they could have been hurt. But the bandits were still chasing them, so they had to jump. But nothing happened to them. Queen and Robin somehow escapes the bandits and reaches the forest, where he must escape quickly. Moving forward, he finds himself in the middle of World War II. A crashed Japanese plane from the 19th century appears. Queen says that maybe we can find something from this plane that can help us fix our plane. Then, at night, they share their struggles. Robin says, I've always been looking for the perfect life. But now, I believe a perfect life is one without any pretense. Queen tells him, I was married before, but my wife left me. That devastated me. But then gradually, I learned to live alone. We see that after so many years of living together, they have now become one. They have begun to like each other. Meanwhile, Frank becomes deeply saddened by his inability to find Robin. He believes she may be dead. Angelica also believes that Queenie may have been killed. Therefore, she tells Frank that they should move on with their lives. Afterward, she takes off her clothes in front of Frank. It begins to take off, and they become intimate. The next morning, Robin and Queenie retrieve parts of the Japanese plane and take them to their plane. Queen then modifies her plane's broken landing gear so she can use the water as a runway. Robin also helps her along. She cooperates fully, and soon the plane is ready for takeoff. Just as they are about to take off, they spot the pirate's boat, which is waiting for them. Bombs begin to be hurled at them. One of the shells lands near Queen, injuring her. But now they have. This was their last chance to escape. They managed to board the plane and take off before the bandits arrived. The bandits were still trying to attack them. They try, but they fail. Instead, the bomb returns and lands on their boat, destroying it. He was injured and worried that his plane might crash if he fainted. So he teaches Robin how to fly a plane, how to land it. On the other side, everyone thought Robin and Queenie were dead, so they began to mourn their loss. But then they saw the Queen's plane, piloted by Robin, is heading towards them from the sky. Robin musters up the courage to somehow stop the plane. She lands the plane, and everyone is overjoyed to see her. Queen is injured and rushed to the hospital. Later, Robin meets Queen. She visits him in the hospital and tells him she loves him very much. Queen says, "I love you too, but your life is much bigger than mine. We're different, and we can't live together. Besides, I'm much older than you." "You're a nice guy, Derv," Robin said, disappointed and walking away. She leaves. Later, as Robin sits with Frank at the airport to fly back to New York, Frank tells her, "When you didn't meet us, I thought, you're dead." So, out of grief, I became intimate with Angelica. Robin is shocked to hear this, but then she tells him that she too loves Queenie. "I do." Frank is stunned. Robin says it's over between them and returns the ring he gave her. Meanwhile, Quinn realizes he can't live without Robin, so he rushes to the airport to stop her. But by then, the plane has already taken off. Queenie starts to leave, disappointed, but then she sees Robin, who hadn't returned. She runs to Queenie and hugs her. Afterward, they both share a moment. They kiss and decide to stay together forever. And with that, friends, the story ends.